Let's talk about the Biden rule and Mitch McConnell, because apparently this is of note again. Because if we remember a little ways back, probably I don't know about 4 years ago, basically a Supreme Court justice or nominee was coming up. His name was Merrick Garland. President Obama appointed him to fill the vacated seat in the Supreme Court. My apologies, I forget who's no longer there. There's a lot of names, there's a lot of things going on. I am a fallible individual and probably should have done more research. These things happen. These things happen. But the reason why I bring this up is because at the time, Mitch McConnell basically said that, oh, it's so close to an election, we shouldn't do this, we shouldn't put anything through, citing the Biden rule. Basically, the Biden rule was noted. It was never an official rule or anything within Congress. But what the Biden rule was, we'll go over here because Google makes things so easy, everything. Oh, we'll go over this one. All right. So this was citing a June 1992 speech by then Senator Joe Biden, in which Biden argued that President Bush should wait until the election to appoint a replacement if the Supreme Court seat became vacant during the summer, or should appoint a moderate acceptable to the then Democrat Senate as precedent. So that was something that was recommended. And the reason that's of any significance from something from almost 30 years ago was back in 2016 when President Obama nominated Merrick Garland is we had Mitch McConnell at the time citing what he called the Biden rule. McConnell argued there should not be a nomination so close to the next presidential and congressional election, but rather that nomination should await the outcome of that election, which was 8 months away, and 10 months to the next presidential and congressional, basically, inauguration and everything like that. So, yes, it's sourced from Wikipedia and everything, but from all my recollection and everything that I've read, it's pretty accurate. I mean, look at how lazy Google has made us. I mean, you used to have to search all these core. That's stuff for another video. We'll get into that next time. Why does when am I bringing this up? All right. So apparently now, Leader McConnell, basically being a majority Republican-led Senate, we recently lost Justice Ginsburg. She was a very liberal-minded justice. Most folks, I mean, it's pretty apparent. Now we have Amy Coney Barrett. Seems to be a very intelligent young woman. She qualified. I mean, she seems to be wicked smart and everything, and the president can nominate whoever he wants because that's within his powers as the president. Now, President Obama also nominated somebody, and we end up getting President Trump. And Merrick Garland was never seated to the Supreme Court. So now Mitch McConnell, who had cited the Biden rule when they weren't in charge, is now apparently he's scrapped the Biden rule. He doesn't seem to be for it anymore. He seems to kind of want to run it through. Oh, look. Oh, maybe. Yeah, okay, we don't need that anymore. But my big thing is I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, so that was political when you did that. And now it seems political. And it seems that we kind of had an active filibuster where basically to get the Supreme Court justice through, you need to be able to break the potential filibuster, which doesn't seem to be there anymore. So rather than taking up to 60 votes, it seems to be simple majority. We're talking about starting confirmations coming right up, and you could be submitted to the Supreme Court right before that. I mean, they can do that. They can do that. Totally have the right. I mean, it's kind of a big middle finger salute to based upon what you said before, and it is blatantly political, and I don't know. I still remember when folks to the left were like, oh, we got this out of committee, the Affordable Care Act. All right, we're just going to freaking ninja this through. Because there was still a 2-week period. I remember there were actually conservatives talking about co-ops and stuff like that, and there was hope for compromise. And then we got political again. And it seems like we're doing the same thing. The country's all wound up. President can nominate who he wants. If Congress wants to do that, I mean, that's up to them. I mean, that, I don't know. Maybe it would cost the president the election in that case. Who knows what will happen. But I see you there, Turish. Shoutouts to my patrons, Joe Franco and Dave M. They help fund, and this broadcast is brought to us by viewers like you. We love you all. But just want to kind of give this update, just showing that apparently politicians are going to politic, and yeah, we're continuing to drive ourselves nutty bananas. But these things happen, so peace out, everybody. Be safe, and long live the elbow bump. Boop, boop, boop.